Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Disaster news. It is a disaster news that I just heard from Massimiliano Allegri in press conference preparing the game versus Sassuolo tomorrow. Sassuolo was important, Sassuolo was crucial. Guys, after the news that I will tell you, I can tell you that Sassuolo will be even more a turning point of the season. It is really important to win tomorrow because, yes, we spoke about Di Maria. Today we are speaking about De Paul. They are speaking about so many names. If we don't reach top 4, I can tell you that the mercato is crazy, will not be that crazy. Or maybe crazy, but in a negative way. So make sure that we have to fight versus the teams that are remaining to battle, but also versus bad luck. We will speak about all these kind of news after you putting a maximum of like, you subscribe to the channel, and after the intro. Before speaking about, yes, indeed, Manuel Locatelli, guys, I invite you and I recommend you to download OneFootball, best app if you want to remain up to date with all the news about Juventus. Today they were speaking about, of course, Di Maria, but they also spoke about De Paul. If you want to know and read the article in detail, it is for free for iOS and Android. You download the link into the description or you go with a QR code. It is what you prefer, but guys, remain up to date because we have a lot of names. But before speaking about these names, and as I told you in the intro, if we don't reach top 4, my friends, it is a disaster. Because then the names, they will change totally. Instead of speaking about De Paul, Di Maria, Lodi, and so on, we'll probably speak about other names, and we don't want to read them. We don't want to read these names. So, guys, why am I here? Because the curse of Beppe putting names on the shirt, it continues at the moment. After Federico Chiesa on the home shirt, after Chiellini 2 years ago, after Paulo Dybala last year that you can see here in the back, it continues now also with the away shirt with Manuel Locatelli. Because today I was expecting everything. Maybe I was expecting and waiting for some names that will start tomorrow versus Sassuolo, like De Ligt, that has been announced already by Massimiliano Allegri. I received no other names, but instead I've received the players that are not able to play, not only versus Sassuolo, but also maybe for the remaining part of the season. I tell you the situation. We have 5 midfielders at the moment because Ramsey went to Glasgow, Bentancur went to Tottenham. Only 5 at our disposal. You can add for sure Miretti from under 23. You can add Danilo that is playing sometime as a midfielder, but real midfielder from the first team, we have 5. If we had 5, I could tell you maybe that I was reassured and I was not worrying about finishing in top 4. But the problem is that from these 5, 3 are not available. For how long? And that's the problem. We don't know. Guys, we were hoping to see Arthur already coming back last week. Massimiliano Allegri, he said really clearly he was dead. Of course, joking, but when will he be back? He said today, I hope that we can have him back versus Venezia next week, but it's not even a guarantee. And I will tell you in a few seconds why it is so important to have Arthur back, because there is also some risk of suspension. I will come back on that. McKennie, that we were hoping maybe to see end of April, it just started running yesterday. I don't know, because we have 5 games plus 1 in Coppa Italia, 6 games in total, if we will be on time to recuperate. And today, the news that we were not expecting, absolutely not, because nobody was speaking about it, Locatelli Manuel. This is the disaster news of the day, because today Allegri, with a really sad face, really concerned face, he said something. He said, today, as we speak, Manuel is really far behind in physical condition. I cannot guarantee you that we will see him again on the field before the end of the season, because the end of the season is really close. It stops on the 22nd of May, less than 1 month, 6 games to go. We don't know. Guys, my friends, if it was already crucial and important and difficult to play versus the ex-team of Manuel Locatelli tomorrow, Sassuolo, it will be even more difficult because the pressure will be there on Juve. I repeat you the games that Juventus will play against. We start versus Sassuolo tomorrow, 1st of May we go to Venezia, then there is Genoa, we stop a bit to play versus Inter in Coppa Italia, the revenge game, the big game where a lot of physical and mental energy will be spent because we want to take revenge because of that Supercoppa loss because of Alexandro at the 100th 120th minute. We also want to take revenge for that disgusting game by the referee Irrati. Don't coming back on that one. And then we continue with the last big games, Lazio and Fiorentina. My friends, it will be hard because we have no players to rotate there in the midfield. Forget about McKennie, forget about Locatelli. Hope to have Arthur as soon as possible. But we don't know. Zaccaria and Rabiot, the two only ones that are remaining. They will be there tomorrow and probably also start tomorrow versus Sassuolo, but we have a big problem. The risk of suspension of Adrien Rabiot. Adrien Rabiot, laugh with it how much you want, but is the only one that is fit and ready to play, and that is even performing quite well in our midfield. The only player that is never injured, so hopefully, because I don't have a shirt of Rabiot, he will continue and be there until the end of the season, but he has that risk of suspension. If tomorrow, and I hope it doesn't happen, if tomorrow he receives a yellow card, he's not there versus Venezia, and that will lead us to a midfield with only Zaccaria. Before going in the next weeks, guys, it is important to speak about tomorrow. The only solution I see is a 4-2-3-1 with Zaccaria and Rabiot in the midfield, and then 3 men upside, Rabiot on the right, Quadrado on the right, Morata on the left, Dybala behind Vlahovic. Guys, it is important to have a Dybala that is perfectly working in that 4-2-3-1. Otherwise, we have a big problem, a disaster problem. Because otherwise, we will have to go in a 4-4-2, counting on a Bernardeschi. If it's a Bernardeschi of Fiorentina, why not? If it's a Bernardeschi that we know that is not performing well, we have a huge problem. Because playing versus Sassuolo will be hard. Playing versus Venezia that will fight to not relegate will be really hard. The same story versus Genoa, and then we finish with two big teams that wants to win versus Juve, because that's important. They all want to win versus Juve with their prime goalkeepers and so on and so on. So Juventus in a disaster situation, we have to win already tomorrow. So important, my friends. So important. It is crucial. There is no other way, no other excuse. 4-2-3-1 with a Dybala that is overperforming. If we see the Dybala of the last 3-4 games, we have a problem. We have a big problem, my friend. He will be key to the end of the season. I started the season this year saying it will be the year of Paulo Dybala. We didn't see the year of Paulo Dybala except in some flashes because of injuries, because of mentally in fight with the manager and so on and so on. It is the moment. 6 games to prove Paulo Dybala and to finish that season how we should to bring Juventus in the top 4, because otherwise forget about Jorginho in the middle next to Locatelli and Zaccaria. Forget about Di Maria being the mentor of Mattias Soulé. Forget about all the other possible names like Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Lodi, Renan Lodi as a left back again. You will probably go to Emerson Palmieri. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope that we can support our boys starting with a win versus Sassuolo, and hopefully the other teams can continue doing what they are doing at the moment. That means losing. Roma yesterday in a friendly versus Inter, they lost 3-1 as we speak, and I don't know how the game will finish, but Salernitana is winning 1-0 versus Fiorentina. We have to count not only on Juventus being there, in not having any suspensions, not any more injuries in our midfield, but also on the other teams. Grazie, forza, Juve.